Ladies and gentlemen of the internets, this is us, the Wise Council. How you doing?
What up, what up? Good to be back, man.
Yeah. Broadcasting from Wisencraft Mana. Yes. We're still here in a bunker. How's everybody doing?
Still alive.
Doing great. Just got the air conditioning installed in the bunker. And
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's much cooler in here.
Or it was, but yeah.
Well, not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore.
One of these...
we can turn it back on.
Savages upstairs, trying to pry apart the liquidation fans.
Mm-hmm.
We gotta clean them out of the circuits. How's everybody doing?
Doing great.
Good, man. It's good to be back here.
Yeah, we're still intact to one piece. Nothing's burning in this side of the woods.
Yeah, we'll give it a few more months and go back to it and see how that goes.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Are we ready for our topics?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Shoot.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, I'll throw you a little something from my techno world. Elon Musk announces Neuralink brain link implant working on pigs.
Nice.
So for the past few months, they've been working a neural implant. Elon Musk basically created Neuralink, which is a technology designed to interface, a microchip designed to interface with our brain with the objective is to allow us to eventually conquer things like dementia and Alzheimer's diseases by being able to correct it using technologies. On top of that, they've been doing some experiments where people who have these implants have been able to do things like move a cursor on a laptop.
Like with their mind?
Yeah, with their minds.
Shit.
Yeah, telepathically.
Sign me up.
Hell yeah.
I'm down.
What do you guys think?
Well,
I'll take two, man.
Well, can you imagine all the rigorous experiments that had to go? The patients had to go through just to get where we're at. Do you remember the episode we did on the mind control experiments?
MK Ultra?
Yeah, what they had to go through just to learn how to put an electrode into the brain and fully get it to interact and do something.
Yeah. Actually, in the article that I was reading, Elon actually mentioned that they're able to remove it too. So it's not one of those things where it's hardwired to your brain. Yeah. So if they needed to replace something.
Right.
I wonder, is it inside? Or is it like outside of?
Oh no! Yeah, they're definitely drilling into your brain here.
Yeah, they're really going in there.
I was thinking like, well, I don't know what movie was it. Like a little electronic bug just goes in the back of your ear, and you gotta pull it out.
So
what movie is that?
I've seen a movie like that.
Electronic bug that was in your ear?
Yeah, like it goes like behind your ear, like it sticks on you.
Man, there's been a lot of
movies like that, no?
There's been a lot of electronic bugs, man. Like if you remember, what was it? Total Recall?
Oh, maybe it was Total Recall, no?
The one where...
up your nose?
Yeah, where he had to pull the tweezer out, and it turned out to be like that big-ass, like, grape-sized glowing ball thing.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Yeah. Old school Arnold Schwarzenegger in that movie, and his facial, like... Get to the chopper in Mars.
Kill me now.
Right?
Do it.
That was a great franchise. But
No, but then they also had another one. What was it? In The Matrix, when they were interrogating Neo, and they pulled that weird ass, like, it looked like it was a shrimp, like some bionic shrimp out of his belly button, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know
I
about the
remember
nose
there was
thing.
a movie where it was behind people's ears, and you had to like rip it off, like it was something where it was clamped onto the back of your neck or your ear or something like that.
Yeah, I don't think the technology for something like this is something that you necessarily have to rip off all the time. But maybe you like an SD card or something in the back slit. Well,
there was an article also about the Neuralink that I think someone figured out that it's possible to hack into it.
Oh yeah, with any technology.
Right? So can you imagine that you would have to, like, not only you get that installed, now there's always the fear that your mind can be hacked by some outside force.
It's almost guaranteed that someone's going to be hacking your mind, if not like directly, intrusively beaming advertisements directly into your brain while you're sleeping.
Yeah, just like how they send advertisements to your phone.
See, I think all this is cool, but that's the only thing is, like, eventually when are we going to get to a point where if it's one way of us controlling it on our end, right? What's to say that eventually it's going to get to a point where you're not going to get that function anymore because as a human, we don't function collectively the way we should unless there's some kind of programming. Neuralink.
Yeah, you know, like I think eventually what's going to happen is we're going to adapt to our technology, and it's going to actually. Well, it's not like we always do. We're like, I think we're going to biologically adapt to our technology, and that our bodies in the future are going to require these interfaces.
Like people now, like us now. A lot of people like, I'll be fuck yeah, I'll do it. That sounds cool. But most of the people are like, fuck that. That's mind control. That's this and that. That's us right now. But the kids now, the kids when they get to our age, they're gonna be like, yeah, hell yeah, because look how many kids are playing on their fucking phone.
Oh yeah,
all this shit.
They're gonna understand the technology way better, faster than we are.
That's generation tech. I don't know.
They're gonna be grandfathered in because like at birth they're gonna be like
Generation T, bro.
You know, at birth we were barely getting Atari and Nintendo and Sega.
Yeah,
and at birth they're gonna have like neural interfaces.
See, here's the thing about this is like I don't think it should be at birth. When it comes to things like this, I think you shouldn't be getting your neural interfaces until
your brain develops.
Yeah, until at least you're mature enough to do it.
But when we get far into the future, that might be a debate, and it might be a necessity.
Like vaccines.
It might be a necessity. And that argument and that mentality of like, I don't think that you should be a child. We might get
no.
In the future
I don't mean
birth.
I don't mean by like like mentally mature. I mean like physically mature. Can you imagine putting a USB in a baby only to have the fucking like how quickly do children grow? We're gonna have to replace that USB port because like that's already been like outgrown. Well, I think at the very least you're gonna have to be an adult.
At least 13.
Not if we have biochips that actually grow with us.
Well, that's a whole different...
That's like another...
Damn, biochips?
Damn.
Biomechanical. Joey out George Shore.
Let's not jump 10 million years ahead. Let's just jump a million years ahead. Not 10 million.
But I was just saying...
Not a million years ahead.
No, but what if we do get chips that actually... Like, because we're having technology where we can grow organs in a lab. So what's to say that we can finally... We figured out the human genome, and we figured out that if we can just... put this gene and these only genes affect this organ, we can grow things, then maybe we can create our own gene, we can create new sensors, new genes in our body that are going to be the neural interfaces.
So you're saying like instead of having an appendix, you're going to have like a USB port like 0.7 or something?
Damn, why not?
I was like, well, we're not using this appendage right now. Let's just go ahead and turn this into an interface.
Well, appendix,
or bladder too.
That's like 2000s, bro. In the 3000s, we got tripendixes, bro.
Tripendixes.
We got like tripendixes, bro. Come on, man.
Dude, we got a third lung so that we can like breathe the fucked up air that we created in the future.
They'll like filter.
It's like
filter the air.
It's a pre-filter and shit. It's like,
that'd be dope. We could do upgrades. Like we had the money. I'm gonna get an upgrade. I'm gonna get another lung.
Total Recall showed us so we can get 3 boobs. Well, who's to say that they weren't wrong? It just was 3 lungs.
I speaking of that, I know I'm going to be one of those assholes in the future that's going to waste all their money on the 7th penis.
Oh yeah, I get 2 dicks. I'll be tight.
This one wasn't working properly. I got another one from Japan.
Yeah. A Bluetooth and everything.
My penis has a Bluetooth.
Wow.
Damn.
I'm sorry, baby. It doesn't. It normally just connects.
Oh, damn. The update didn't come, damn it. The update's not fast enough.
You're going to be asking some chick at their house, hey, can I get your Wi-Fi password? I need to update my penis. It's Windows. Right when
I got to make sure the system's compatible.
Right when you're about, just like Windows, bro, right when you're about to get to work, oh, hold on, babe. I got to update.
Fuck.
I got to update. Yeah.
It should take about 15 minutes. Don't worry about it.
Just plug me in. Can you imagine the parents are there and you're like, can I just plug in real quick?
I don't want to live in that world, man.
Are you jacking on in there?
It's like, but my parents are here. I'll put a blanket over it.
Are you uploading in there? Are you uploading in their restroom?
We're not taking any of this shit.
Downloading?
Damn, and can you imagine they walk in and you take it off before the update's complete and you just screwed up.
Man.
You screwed up your wang for like the whole week.
No, can you imagine
you
that?
You get a virus, you get a real virus.
You gotta go to a doctor for it, but like an Apple doctor.
Somebody interrupts one of your your OS updates and now you're basically like half
like
IQ.
Yeah.
You have to go to a Tesla doctor. It's like, damn.
Tesla doctor shit, man. It's just gonna be like something cross between like a HMO and like a mechanic, and you still don't trust those assholes for anything.
Yeah,
right.
Fuck, man. Welcome to
with a little bit of what is it called?
I went in for a penis update, and I came back with a trade-in. Damn, son of a bitch.
I got the S2 version. Fuck it. They guarantee me 10,000 uses.
But you know, if you think about it though, going back to that,
Feature's so cool.
what I mean,
Put another one in the box.
What is the limit of science right now? You know what I mean?
Our imagination.
Like, exactly.
Our imagination. And if
know,
anything, our imagination's a scary fucking thing.
Yeah, we're seeing it. We're seeing
Hell
it.
yeah.
You know, our imagination, you know, we're seeing it on TV. It's what scares us. It's what scares us on TV. You know, and I think that we need to be scared, I think, you know.
I think, yeah, we definitely need to
It
have a
helps
little
us.
bit of fear. We need to understand that the things that we're creating aren't just playthings.
Yes.
But they are, in many essential ways, tools of gods. Because, you know, like, we have the ability to do so many things at our fingertips that prior generations could only imagine. I mean, what Joey's been doing on his fingertips is fucking amazing, man. And also, Joey, your edits are fucking cool.
Thanks. I've been, you don't even know, I've been sleeping late just to do some cool shit. And, I still fall asleep like, it's not cool, but hey, thanks. I appreciate it, man.
Alrighty. I think let's go ahead and move on.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
Next topic, we're going to shift some gears, guys. Okay. Another article that I found on the Batcave was more of a post from a page called Die in a House. And on this, it was a posting for a house in Chicago, Illinois. And this house was the house of John Wayne Gacy Jr.
That the gay clown?
That was the clown guy. That was the clown serial killer. They're
Was it
selling his
Bobo?
house.
What was his name? Bobo the clown? or
Oh, I
something?
don't
You know
know.
why?
Man.
I don't know. You know what's funny? You said that. For some reason, that name popped into my head today, randomly, and then you say it.
You just have random serial killers' names just pop in your head?
I don't know why. I think I saw something on TV, and I said, John Gacy?
John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so.
John Wayne Gacy. So what do you guys think? Would you buy a house that a serial killer killed 26 people in?
I don't know
And
because
stuffed them underneath like a floor space?
No.
I don't know because I don't want to be the guy to find the other ones that didn't.
And then look.
You know what I mean?
It's like, hey guys, there's a sub-basement.
You know, I went to home.
I've seen enough movies to know that that's a no.
Yeah, I don't want to go to Home Depot and then just like pick up some workers, then have to like look like they just saw a dead body because they saw a freaking dead body.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what I
good.
mean?
I'm good.
Like, hey, senor, give us another 500. You won't say nothing.
Hey,
it's not mine.
Hey, here's the thing about this though. Like, if you can find more victims in the same house,
get more money?
Isn't that like you could write something or like you could sell that in a book or something?
Yeah, but then
like,
again,
I could cash in on
Does that
this.
fall under the Finders
do
Keepers
you
law?
want to be the
I think
guy
it's the
to have
Finders
those?
Keepers Law.
Yeah, but do you want to be the guy to have those memories? Because think about it. Be careful what you wish for. What if you are the guy to find them, but you got a heart attack, but it scared the shit out of you, and you can't write about it because you had a heart attack and a stroke, and now it's like someone else
died.
gets to write your
You know,
story.
I feel like that's the risk I'm going to have to take. You know, I
But
feel
then-
like that's already
Don't,
the
like,
risks
screw it
that
up.
I think that's already kind of the risks that I'm taking buying a house from a serial killer.
Hey,
Yeah.
right.
You
that's
know,
true.
like I kind of feel like part of the thing is I was going in there looking for corpses.
Yeah. That's in the contract.
Yeah.
What if it was a serial killer that always claimed that it wasn't him and it was someone that was living in the house? They could never prove he was living in the house. But when you go there, then you start noticing things moving around that you didn't move.
So
You
wait,
know what I
so
mean?
you're saying like if you had bought a house from a serial killer, not knowing there were a serial killer?
No. That was from a serial killer that was wrongly convicted, and they never got the real guy, and he was actually using the house.
What if he
You know
wasn't
what
a
I
serial
mean?
killer? He was
What
just
if it was
killer?
just some guy that revered that house as a sanctuary, like a sacrifice altar, some weird way, but just would go there to commit crimes and pin it on whoever lived there?
That's kind of fucked up.
You know, and then what if it just like it got so the guy was so good at hiding his crimes that even the police thought the house was haunted.
Didn't that happen to somebody? I forgot. This was a tale that happened, I want to say, in some rural area where back in the day before like a lot of tech. I forgot what exact year.
Was that the Gainesville
1800s?
the Gainesville Ghoul?
So this is the one where like I guess some random like person had been living on this farmstead for a few weeks at the very least.
Oh, yeah.
And the housemaid was paranoid and she quit because she said she swore she saw things
At
and things
night.
were moving around and she would have swore that there was somebody there. So she quit, and they hired a new maid. And what happened was, I guess the killer had been living there for a little while. He was hiding on premises, and over the course of like a few days, lured like members of the household into the barn
And killed them.
and murdered them. And I think they were even saying that maybe he got a few of them and forced them to like call the others into the barn.
Uh-huh.
And then like after they were all taken care of, he lived there for a little while.
Wow. That's a
Like,
serial killer.
Nothing was missing, nothing like that. He left. They didn't know who he was. It was never like,
Damn.
How do you know it was a he?
oh, whatever, you know, like.
How do you know it's even human?
Oh.
Here's a I'm gonna throw a
Skinwalkers.
ball at you real fast, just off the subject, on the subject, real quick.
On the subject.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like just
yeah,
tilting.
it's, you know, it's like,
Okay.
why are they called serial killers? Like, where did serial come in? Like, what?
Well, serial, like when they used to have like radio shows,
Uh-huh.
and like they would just leave you'd get the killer, or like almost to the clue, like they would reveal the story, and to be continued, and you get left hanging.
Oh, they're called serials?
Some killers would just kill and keep doing it, but leave clues and.
Yeah, but how does
assuming that's
serial,
all-
the word
I'm-
serial correlate into this?
I'm assuming that's where it came from, because like they used to call those radio shows serials, and
Oh,
it
they
was
did?
just like a reoccurring show. I could be wrong.
So
but
maybe
I'm
maybe
assuming
it's
that's
actually
what-
serial,
yeah, serial.
and then we
series.
kind of like say it's cereal, like
Yeah,
cornflakes.
Okay, so
Series of
here
killings.
we go, guys. The term serial killer, because you know we live in the time of Google and
sure.
the great information
Yeah.
machine in disguise. So
Yeah. Shout out.
serial killer, I guess, was actually Joey is correct. It is kind of based on the serial adventures or like something like that, like old school radio.
Uh-huh.
And it was about a FBI basically feeling that he was in one of those serial mysteries.
It probably was like Sam Spade or
You
something
know, like
that.
it was like a serial killer
Yeah.
that was happening, and like an FBI agent was basically saying like it felt like
It was in cereal.
Yeah.
like a serial. So
Well-
I think that's how it came to be.
Yeah, I used to listen to a lot of I still do, but there's one show called Sam Spade, and he's like this private eye detective, and he like gives these badass interlogs like, it's a foggy day in the dark, and I couldn't see
Yeah.
through it. And it was thick as soup, you know. Like,
So it was like an FBI agent by the name of Wrestler, and quote unquote, they believed that the conclusion of every murder increased the tension and desire of the serial killer to
Yeah.
commit a more perfect murder in the future, one closer to his or her ideal fantasies. Rather than being satisfied with the murder, serial killers are instead agitated towards repeating their killings in an unending serial.
yeah.
Ah.
And you know what's
So
interesting
that's
is-
what that is.
You know what's interesting is
Bro.
some of these guys want to get caught, and some of the, when the cops stop, when they go, oh, well, it's a cold case now. We don't have any more clues. Bam, the guy picks up.
We should
Well, then you also got your copycats too.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's why sometimes they're afraid to announce the second murder, because they don't know if it's a copycat, and that guy's getting credit. He wants to do it, so it branches off into these because they've had
it
copycats,
branches
yeah.
off to a Netflix serial.
Yeah, well, that's where you get. That's where Mindhunter's
Did
from.
she feed her husband to this tiger?
That's
Hey,
where
we
you-
need to bring back cereal. Like, hey, is there any? Ask next time you talk to somebody. Hey, do you know any new cereals on Netflix or Hulu? And like, what the fuck cereals? Like, you mean series?
I got a cool little transition to this. It's also about a serial killer. Let me tell you the story about Catherine Mary Knight, considered Australia's female Hannibal Lecter. Okay? So, this occurred in February of 2000. Knight was accused of beheading her partner, John
Oh,
Price, and skinning them in their home in South Wales, Aberdeen. I guess it's in Newcastle in Australia. I'm not really familiar with that area. So the thing about Knight is she worked in the slaughterhouse.
Oh,
she was
shit.
a meat worker.
Oh, she.
So that was like easy for her.
She knows how to. She knows how to bleed out and
How to
everything.
She knows
fillet.
how to do. So basically, when they found the body of Mr. Price, he had been stabbed 37 times in various parts, both front and back. On top of that, he was beheaded and expertly skinned. So the way that she skinned it was in such a way that when the autopsy people actually came in and were able to, okay, take a step back, she skinned him to the point where, you know, like when a bear, have you ever seen a bear pelt? where it's just like one
Like a
big
rug.
Yeah, like a bear skin's rug.
Oh, yeah.
Where it's just that one big piece.
Wow.
She did that to
Skin
him.
them like that. Oh
She,
shit.
Oh.
and then she hung it off
Oh.
a fucking rack in
It's-
her lounge.
Yeah, it's like that. Those tattoo skins.
Was it for
like,
decorative
yeah.
purposes or was it?
I think the way that she's going is she was going to use all pieces of buffalo, because on top of that, after she skinned her boy, she took all those good meaty parts and she had herself a feast.
I mean, I don't mean to be
Wow.
laughing at that, but
Damn.
the way my associate George said that, I'm sorry. I had to break
accountable.
character real quick. I just pictured a buffalo instead of a.
Damn,
Stop
that's
it, George.
nuts.
Anyways, but going back on this
Yeah,
pelt
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
when they found the body and everything like that, it was so well done that they were able to stitch it back to the corpse.
Oh, damn.
Just to verify that skin is.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Crazy, right?
Jeez.
I'd be like, if I was in that investigation, it's like, you know what, guys? I'm pretty fucking sure that skin belongs to that body. We could skip the whole sewing back together. Like whose job was that? Like,
But there was a guy that says, "But let me do it.
right?
Yeah.
Let me do it."
Yeah.
yo,
Can you imagine? They didn't want to argue. They're
Fuck
just like,
that.
he's the fucked up dude in our group. We'll just keep him busy.
Yeah,
we'll keep him busy.
sold
Let him
his dead skin to
let the
that dead
seamstress
guy.
do his thing. Okay, let the seamstress do his thing.
I can't imagine doing that.
Yeah, man.
Talk
So,
about
like-
shitty jobs.
Yeah, right. But anyways, she cut the guy up. She took a bunch of her buttocks, of his buttocks, genitals and things like that. Mixed it with vegetables, made some stew. On top of that, she also took some parts and cooked it up in her oven. And also, incidentally, because her boyfriend was a live-in, she fed it to her boyfriend's kids.
Oh shit!
Oh, it's just like that other article I posted.
Did they know?
That guy that made the beef jerky.
I guess not.
Like on South Park.
I'm
when
guessing they do now.
How does it feel eating your pants? When he puts their
Oh
parents
in the sausage or something like that.
in the chili.
Oh yeah, in the
Man.
chili, yeah.
Yeah, once again,
How's it
South Park,
taste?
super relevant.
How does it feel eating your pants?
Right? Yeah, that's
Wow, that's nuts,
I don't
dude.
know how I
That's
can-
crazy how there's people that twisted.
yeah. I don't know if I can live with
Like,
myself.
do you
Live with
wonder?
yourself. What, being the Skinner or the guy that they got like?
Well, they had no choice.
Man, like, how would you like if you knew that you were gonna be basically a coat rack like item?
I would. Fuck, dude. She had to be playing some. I wonder what the fuck she was playing. Well, that hip hop shit I was talking about earlier.
That's tough.
She was playing that hip hop music that
I
rush your
mean,
brain, and
No,
she was,
no, no.
she was getting them.
No,
For that
because-
sort of thing, you're doing that thing like from Quentin Tarantino. What it is like stuck in
And
the
I
middle.
don't
of
know
you.
what to
I'll say it like this. I watched cartel videos, and just me watching what some of these guys do to people, I don't like doing it. I only do it for research purposes. But
Oh
just-
yeah, I'm sure.
no, seriously, no. I gotta know who the hell it was, because sometimes these guys say there was someone else and like, it wasn't even the right person, and yeah. Anyways, but it's just like, what kind of person has to be to actually fully fillet someone when someone's saying stop, please, no, come on, please, God, no. And you're just like, nope. Just like you're going with, you got the sharpening stick, you're like, ready to, you're sharpening, and you're just like, gag them so you wouldn't hear them, because you're not worried about them screaming. It's just annoying. That's
know
the
what?
kind of person that has to do that.
You know,
That's
I'm
not
getting
scared,
I'm
it's
getting
just-
some Game of Thrones like flashbacks. You know, with like Ramsay Bolton.
Oh yeah,
never saw Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
Oh no, but he did that. He did that. Remember when the guy was up on the rack? Because
Oh
that's
yeah,
the
and
whole
they cut
thing.
off his nuts, right?
Yeah, but remember he
Ouch.
cut his finger a little bit, and because they were known, that family, the Bolton
Yeah,
family,
they're known for torture.
they were known for flaying people because
Oh,
their
that's- yeah.
flag was like the upside down hang dude.
Mm-hmm.
You can hang upside. Oh, hanging by the feet.
No, the Bolton family in the Game of Thrones, if
Yeah.
anybody's not familiar with, is they were known for skinning people, and their flag was basically an upside down dude that was skinned alive, and it looked like an X,
Oh
Yeah.
shit. Nuts.
and that was their thing. So yeah, I'm getting flashbacks of that.
I think next time I have a carne asada, I'm gonna play some. Because in theory, I am. Well, I didn't skin it, but I'm eating meat from a cow. You know.
you
Which is
you
good.
think she probably like fed it to other people aside from
Oh, I'm
that?
That's
pretty
fucked,
sure.
dude.
If she's feeding it to other people, people came home or came over.
But I wonder how
you
is she still alive? That lady?
Oh, she's in jail all her
Yeah,
life. Yeah,
yeah.
But I wonder,
she's
like,
in lifetime in jail.
I wonder how and if you talk to her, it's like she calm. Like, yes, I started with his balls and then I worked my way to his Adam's apple.
You know, but
butthole.
surprisingly or not, I feel like I'm talking like I talk to a celebrity, but like, you know, I hear that a lot of these guys, they're just normal people, but they just have something that sets them off. And you just don't want to do whatever it is that sets them off.
Fuck, I don't want to set nobody off
You guys
like
remember that
Jesus.
the summer
Yeah.
hit Set It Off with Queen Latifah? You saw what happened.
Shit. No, but I'm just saying, like, you know. But then again, you know, like those people have already signed off on like on like just regular normal.
Yeah, they're
decency.
past. They're past.
Like
the
they
point.
signed off on society, so like when they go in,
They're
they
done.
already know like they got to play the part, or if not, they're just gonna get beat up in jail. So they got to be it. You know, like I have an uncle that was when he got locked up, he was locked up in the same area of as Manson.
Ugh.
And Manson got busted for like selling drugs in there, but everybody that
He recently
knew him,
died, right? Like
yeah.
a
And
year
you know what's
or
funny?
two?
Like my uncle said, and other people that knew him or that knew of Manson's in there said that he's just a fraud. Like the guy just had to keep up appearances.
Yeah, he didn't even kill anybody.
He didn't kill nobody.
Well, he's a cult leader, you know.
He was an
was a-
influencer.
he was a
just
product
like this
of-
music
Yeah, he
I
was.
talking
He
about
was an
earlier.
influencer back then. Hopefully, like you know how many Mansons there are nowadays on Facebook.
That are
Yeah.
related to Manson.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
I mean like people like Charles
Marilyn
Manson.
Yeah.
You know, like how they have a platform now, like Twitter
Well,
with that
yeah.
shit.
Well,
That's
even,
crazy.
Even Marilyn Manson kind of was an influencer like that, where he,
Yeah, but Marilyn Manson
supposedly,
isn't
you know, that Columbine
causing-
shit. Yeah, but
Yeah,
at least
yeah,
he
he
shot
was-
up the schools
he was making
supposedly because of
crazy
his
ass-
music.
Nah, well, it's just
Supposedly.
No, see, music I don't think gets people to kill like you know like go on school shootings, but you do listen to music when you go on school shootings because you don't you want to like at least gun people down to like a dope sound trap?
Well,
I don't want to gun down nobody, but
not you.
But if you're gonna do-
you're
I
in that
understand what you're
mindset,
talking about. I
if
understand
you're in
what
that
you're talking
mindset, yes, you're gonna play,
it's
Reservoir
just like
Dogs
anything,
or-
anything that's gonna try to
Let
pump
the
you.
bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, anything-
Let the bodies hit the.
Anything that you feel that you have to get pumped up for with adrenaline, you're gonna play some type of energetic music or
Yeah,
something
like,
that you feel.
I'm sure our
that you
Oh,
feel,
yeah.
our boys in the front line
Yeah, or
are
something
fucking
you
playing
feel-
some heavy metal
Yeah.
shit as they're going in there.
Or something-
We are the champions.
I'll give you something better.
of the world.
You know, like, did you notice that when I was watching what was going on during the protest, they were playing music to fire up everybody, like Fight the Power. They were playing a lot of music
Public
on
Enemy.
on the end to get everybody going. So I see how that can just play up everything. Like,
Well, yeah, because you know, like even back in the day, what were drummers, right?
yeah.
Hype
That's
man.
like, well, yes, it was to help people like organize because you know, like they were also giving out instructions based on the drums, correct?
Yeah, because before
they
that
were?
you had
I
to,
didn't know that. I
Yeah,
thought
like
yeah.
a certain
Playing the soundtrack.
a certain type of like beat means
it
certain
tells you
things.
something.
Goes
Yeah.
back to another sorry job, like next to the guy that had to sew that guy back together, being the drummer in the front line,
Oh shit!
getting shot.
right?
Ooh.
Yeah, you know, it's like you had there was an order for retreat. There was a song to form up on the line. There was a song for yeah. There
Those
was a song
remix?
for yeah.
Come from the wings of snow.
You're right.
yeah.
That's Cashmere. Cashmere from Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
That's actually everybody likes Stairway to Heaven, but I'm a Cashmere guy. That's a song that I'm gonna roll in. Something.
That's a pretty badass song to go
It
into
is.
fucking war to.
Right? I mean, if I'm gonna ride in some horses and just be like Mountain Blade style, just riding, I'm gonna be pumped up with something
Fuck
like
that shit, man.
I'm
That's
going
gonna
to
be me
Why
in this
can't we be friends? Why can't we be
War,
friends?
playing some war.
war. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing.
We should
It's
make
like-
a war soundtrack in case we do go to war. We have a CD
yeah,
ready.
right.
Cause we're not gonna have time to make that playlist. We
It's
got
like, well, you know, he was out there murdering a lot of people in this battlefield, but when we looked to check his iPod, it was just a bunch of pacifist songs. We were wondering, like, the last thing that he was on was "It's Not Easy Being Green."
It was I am woman, hear me roar. It's
Yeah.
like what? I am invincible.
I'd be playing we can dance if we want to. We can leave your friends behind.
And if your
Friends don't dance, and then they don't dance with-
they're no friends of mine.
You ain't no friend of mine.
Yes.
Do you
The
dance? Do you dance, fucker?
The safety dance.
Dance.
Keep the change, filthy animal.
You know, it's just like you know, soundtracks are the shit. Like when I would play, like
Yes, the soundtracks are the shit.
Soundtracks are
yeah,
the
like
shit.
when I would play. I remember when I would play like with my friend Battlefield. I'll be bumping the music, and then my microphone would be picking it up, and then everybody in my party would be like, "Can you turn down your music? It's dope, but we just can't hear each other." Oh, sorry.
Shout out to Grand Theft Auto for pioneering like radio on the game. You know?
Oh, yeah, man.
Remember that shit?
You just
Feels
park
dope.
and just
Hell yeah.
listen to that all the time.
Yeah, You
Yeah.
discover new music. So dope.
Alrighty. So let's move on.
All right.
Next topic, another thing that I pulled off from the good old Bat Cave. Everybody over there at Bat Cave, thank you for posting. You
Shout
are literally the reason why we're doing this show.
That was me speaking in bat tongue.
Oh, okay.
All right.
I thought you were choking on something.
It's like, you okay, Joey?
Sorry about that. My bad.
Okay. So, speaking of choking, this article says pastor accused of sexual assault claimed he was sucking demons out of the men he abused.
What the
I
hell?
believe it. I
That's-
believe it.
what
No,
the
no, no. You don't know those demons. You don't know those demons.
Oh, that's a succubus.
No,
Yes.
not quite. So I picked this because, like, I read this article, and you know, it's your typical pedophile
it's
slash
fucked,
like
man.
weirdo priest that like it's the same shit. But I like the reasoning that this guy came up with. So this priest is Dr. William Weaver. So dude's a doctor, okay? Mm-hmm. Accused of orally raping men.
I know you get orally raped.
Yeah, you know. So this practice with Mr. Weaver dates back as early as 1999, and the minister, he claimed that he had learned his ritual from Native Americans
Pornhub.
Oh, the two spirits. Is he going with the two spirits route?
that allowed him to remove demons from carrying out oral simulations on men's genitalia.
Wow.
Actually, let me read that again. That allowed him to remove demons by carrying out oral stimulations in men's genitalia.
Like that.
How does that even work? like, bro, like.
I am glad you asked, because this is in the article.
Okay, go. I want to hear.
Okay,
what
so
his theory was.
3 known accusers of this man's misconduct, quote unquote, said that during the ceremony, the minister would undress, perform various acts of holy actions,
Holy shit.
and then perform oral sex on them. He then would bizarrely spit an object into a Ziploc bag and then claimed that he had sucked out their evil. And just to be sure, sometimes he stuck his tongue in their mouths just to see if there were any hiding spirits.
See, there you go. He's just looking out for them. He's looking out for them.
Motherfucker's thorough.
I'm
That's
more
a-
offended
no,
that
that's
he
a-
didn't swallow it, man.
No, it's just No. I wonder what his social.
You don't swallow the demons, man. That's
how's
gonna
he-
get you possessed.
Hey, how's he social distancing now? Like, how's that working now in this
Oh my
in this
God.
COVID era? Does he just like, okay, I don't do this. You just shoot me the load. I catch it.
Tops
What
it
are we
off.
doing? Like,
He tops it off by making out with you after.
You know what?
Yeah, just to make
You know,
sure that
actually,
there's no hiding
we
demons.
actually have to. You know what? Actually, to be careful
What the
for
hell,
YouTube, so we don't get censored. Be careful. We do have to choose our words. So he was sucking the spirit out of these. He was literally sucking the life or spirit out of these people.
Just the demons.
Just
The
okay.
demons.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
not the spirit. So there's a way to kind of like
there's-
focus on just
there's
the
a
demons.
Yeah, there's a
morality-
way to like differentiate.
there's a morality to this. All right. He's not like stealing your soul.
Yeah.
He's just stealing the bad soul. Okay. All right. It's like it's kind of like Scientology where they're taking out those heathens.
Like this story needs to go viral. Next time you're with your girl, like, you know what, babe, I have demons. Do
You know
mind?
what? Actually,
Do you mind?
So we have a quote from one of the victims
Cleansing me?
here. When it was over, he showed me what looked like a tiny meatball and said that that is what he got out of me.
oh what?
What the
So
hell?
this
I
reminds
don't
me
even know
of
what
like,
that meatball is.
okay, so number one, okay. This is kind of like what those witch doctors used to do in some of these tribal societies. They'll sometimes take like an egg and put a lot of weird crap in there. You know, they'll drill a hole or
Oh
something.
yeah.
Or
And then
bacon.
they'll crack it.
And then they'll like rub it across somebody.
Yeah.
But apparently this guy decides that he's too good for eggs.
No, he's in.
So you get a half-chewed meatball.
You gotta switch the scam around. You can't always use the same thing because everybody's read that book. You know what I mean? Like if the scams is kind of popular,
So you
gotta
get IKEA meatballs.
Scams evolve. You know what I mean? So you probably went exactly. You went to IKEA.
But you know what?
You
Like,
got them cheap. They're already ready to go.
I'd be like, yo, bro,
I mean,
like
come on.
so you're telling me that little piece of meat is a demon? Like, I really thought that shit would have
No,
been
but
like,
yeah.
I'm saying
But
like,
let's not,
if-
yeah, but let's not like say it like these people are naive and dumb.
Hey,
But,
I'm
like,
I'm pretty
this
sure they went
takes
in like
All
they
I'm
went in
saying
and just say,
is-
hey,
Yeah.
I'm getting a free, you know
Well,
what?
because
So
no.
I'm gonna just go.
Yeah, I'm straight on that because
Yeah.
I seen like if you've ever seen the Netflix documentary The Keepers.
No, I have not.
Oh no, I mean no, it's like on a serious note, that's crazy because there's a Netflix documentary that talks exactly like that, and the principal of this school was wholesale, like bringing kids in.
For sale?
Well, he was charged. They believe that it was like a prostitution ring,
Oh shit.
and like what happened was there was this one nun that knew about what was going on, and that everybody that graduated later on here, like 30 years later, like they reconnected with each other. Was like, yeah, I remember so and so. She was a great teacher, and they remembered that she disappeared and she died a horrible death. And then like one of the students says, yeah, well, you know what happened because like you know she was going to speak out and speak out for some of us. And they go, well, why is she going to speak out? Well, we were being touched. And like what? And like it got to a point where like they had a system of like any teacher that wanted to like squeal, they got rid of them by moving them out. And like everybody was a part of it, and even the police department of Baltimore.
That still happens
Like
now.
no,
Just
it does. It does. And-
government.
It's really weird
Yeah.
what type of people they protect in this society.
And,
You know?
and here's the interesting part is
Bad
what-
people.
They use fear in the children because children don't know any better. And so if you tell a child, if you say something, because they just experienced something very bad
gonna
and they
kill
know
you.
it's bad, but they don't know how bad or why it's bad because they weren't told the gist. They were told, you know, like the priests are telling them and grooming them in a certain way.
Yeah,
that it
because
doesn't
kids
feel
don't
like
know.
it. They don't know.
Kids don't know, dude.
Yeah, I mean they shouldn't be exposed to anything like
Exactly.
that. It's
Shouldn't.
fucked up.
So
They're
so
taking
what
advantage of your learning
and
brain.
so what happens is there's different ways. Like some will at least they will prey on the bad kids and say like, oh yeah, you want to smoke a cigarette? Like some kids were saying like, oh yeah, he used to let me smoke cigarettes in his class, and that's how it started. And like one time, this one girl that like really like got the like the group of they were students crowdsourcing their information.
So basically, you had a Nancy Drew in the
Yeah,
group.
it was crazy because it was just crazy, and what made it crazy is they were implicating police officers that
Oh,
were
what?
in the murder. Yeah, like the one student said that the principal took her to see the dead body of the teacher and says, if you tell, this is what happens to little girls that tell.
Damn.
Yeah. And so when she went back, she was like, fuck, I didn't say nothing.
I didn't see shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then so finally later on it came on the newspaper, like all these students realized that who was this student that said something because they didn't know. And they realized it was someone that they did know. And they're like, what? And she's like, yeah, I saw it. And he led me to the body and he threatened me and you know.
Was the priest you were talking about, George? Were his victims underage kids or were they adults?
No, from the sounds of it, they were grown men.
Well, you know what could have been? It could have been like they were teenagers and like altar boys.
It could have been like that.
And because when you have power over kids and you maintain the relationship, you still have power over these grown ass men, like the Menendez brothers. Their whole defense was their father used to abuse them sexually, and they're like, "Well, why didn't you go?" And he goes, "Well, he used to beat us. He threatened us.
Are they still
That's
alive?
why we did what we did because it was that bad. It got to that point." And they're saying that he would prostitute their own child
Yeah.
to like rich people because their dad used to manage, I think, Menudo and like had access to like tweens, like in between children, like children in between the teenage years. They're called tweens.
Twins.
Yeah, and like he had access to it. And there's also that scandal with Gloria Trevi.
Ugh.
You remember that? Rich, where Gloria Trevi husband was taking in younger women and training them to be singers. And
No,
then
I
he was
didn't
actually
know.
abusing
I
them.
remember the artist, but I don't remember the
Well,
scandal.
the reason why she didn't get any popular after a certain point is because she got locked up for
Pero suelto.
human trafficking. And it was her husband doing all this behind her back, and she went down for it.
Damn.
Supposedly she either knew about it. So, like, It doesn't just happen in churches. It happens in the music industry. It happens
Like-
in school, libraries.
I think if you're
everywhere.
gonna be a bad person, like a bad guy, do some corrupt shit. Do drug stuff. Don't leave kids alone. Like you know what I mean? Like be a
Well, here's the
kingpin, be
thing.
a drug lord. That's kind of
Well, I
cool.
don't know. I
No,
mean,
no, but
if you're
here's
gonna
the-
be a bad guy, you,
You're drug lord.
No.
you might as well be a bad
Rich,
guy.
Rich,
you know?
have you heard of El Chapo's Vitaminas?
The Flintstone vitamins.
No, they're not Flintstones. That was code for like young women. He had like underage girls that he felt they made him young by having sex with these virgins. So he called them vitamins.
Wait, wasn't that also in South Park?
I don't know.
Yeah,
you know what? I
that was the
think so.
whole thing when they got rid of the chef character. He got with like
children.
a bunch of pedophiles, and that was the whole thing.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. there
Oh,
was
they
something
said
about
Chef was a
that.
pedophile.
Yeah, they made Chef a pedophile,
shit.
and that like there was a group of pedophiles that believe that when they have sex with kids, they become younger. That was the whole plot of like South Park.
Wow,
For
that's-
that.
I never saw that one.
Yeah,
I got-
no, they did that because like Isaac
Yeah.
Isaac Hayes
Was a Scientologist.
was
yeah,
the
Isaac
Scientologist.
Hayes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, the reason why they
Hello,
call him
children.
Chef is because he's the one who sang the theme song for Shaft. Who is the man who sticks up for brother man? Chef.
Homer.
Oh shit!
Sure.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why it's Chef, because he's Shaft.
Oh.
Can you dig it? Yeah.
I get it, man. You know a lot of shit, bro. Like, I didn't know that shit. I think we
All right. I think.
can wrap it up because
Hell yeah!
we
It's
got
a late night.
Yeah, but closing segments, boys.
Cool. Let's do it. Thank you very much for coming in. It was a
Learn-
pleasure as
Yeah.
always here.
Learned a
at
lot
the-
today.
At the Weisencraft bunker. I think anything that we've learned, we need to use all the buffalo.
All the buffalo,
Yeah,
yes.
all the buffalo, okay.
Don't get exercised by a certain priest. If,
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, those Native American ceremonies are kind
yeah,
of
I'm
whack.
good.
Yeah.
yeah.
When a priest has to get into Native American ceremonies, I would check his credentials.
Yeah, and then
You know what I mean? Check his-
if anybody knows of any good Netflix serials or
yeah,
Hulu
yeah.
serials.
Any good one? Well, I'll
not
just
serials.
Can I just throw a few out there? Don't fuck with cats. The Keepers. Vanished. There was one. Vanished in the open.
Is that new Unsolved Mysteries any
oh
good?
wait. Oh, let me tell you. I was gonna say it, but maybe say it for the next one. But let me tell you, it's lit.
All right, it better be, man. If not,
The
I'll be mad.
first
I'm gonna call you at
episode-
night.
No,
talking
the,
shit.
the first episode.
man.
You watch it in the middle of the night. You will be calling me because you're gonna be like, "What the fuck happened? I want to know
How
what
can they not
happened."
solve it? We need to
Yes.
solve it, Joey.
Yes. Let's just say this: the first episode starts off with a guy falling through the ceiling of a building.
Oh, I did see that one. I did see that. Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
and no one knows what happened.
That's right. I did see an episode. Yeah.
Yes.
But I
Damn.
was
I think
disappointed
it-
that there was no narrator. I obviously Homeboy has passed away, but I was expecting someone with a deep voice.
They were
Yeah.
going different. Well, I think it's better like this because
Alright,
instead of
August
having a
16th.
narrator,
Yeah.
because look what they did with Twilight Zone. They ended up getting two social justice warrior,
They got
you
canceled?
lost the message.
Is that still current? The new one?
I don't. The Twilight Zone. I watched the first episode and I couldn't get past the first because they just
That's
were hammering propaganda rather than just getting a moral of a story through.
You know what you guys do need to watch, and this is something that me and Joey stumbled on. Is that Norseman on Netflix?
Oh yeah.
Oh, what is that about? Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
bro. Okay, so
Vikings?
Have you seen? It's like Vikings, but it's Vikings meets The Office.
oh no, it's like a funny show.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Netflix.
yeah. But
it's
the
that-
action is good too.
The jokes are dope. Even the jokes they're loosely historically based.
You know what's another good show? He said The Office is one called People Just Do Nothing on Netflix. That shit's funny. It's about some underground DJs in London, but they do that thing where they cut back to the camera and they talk about somebody or what's going on, like how they do in The Office.
Like the real world or something.
Yeah, it's called People Just Do Nothing. That
All
one's
right.
funny.
All right,
dude.
all right,
Check
yeah.
that one out.
Cool.
But I think we should wrap it up.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
'Cause, got to
w-
get going.
Real quick to everybody over at the Bat Cave on Facebook, thank you for posting.
Yes.
Please continue the weirder, crazier stuff
Yes, gracias.
that you're coming up with. You
Yes,
can see
Igor.
what it turns into.
Yes,
so
Igor.
Yeah.
looking forward to
Yes,
it. All right,
Igor.
guys.
All right, brother.
Good
Bye,
night.
guy.
All right. Good night, guys. Sleep tight.